April is National Child Abuse Prevention Month, and we're giving a voice to several community members on this topic tonight at 6 o'clock. Our investigative reporter, Sean Mickey, digging into the problem that is tragically so prevalent. Best Self Behavioral Health says more than 3,000 kids are abused each year in Erie County alone.
People do not want to acknowledge that. They do not want to talk about that. But in order to solve any problem, you need to start by looking at the truth. And the truth is that child sexual abuse was common when I was growing up. It's common now. And it is a serious risk to our entire system that we really need to pay attention to.
That's Steve Peacock, a child abuse survivor and director of I Have the Right To. And joining me now is Susan Prout, the chair and co-founder of the organization. It's a resource for middle and high schoolers, parents, and educators who are looking for more information, support, and avenues against this type of assault. Really appreciate you taking some time to talk with us, Susan. I know that this is it's just a difficult topic, and when we hear those numbers and we think about what's just happening in Erie County, which is just one of 8 counties in our region, which is such a small part of the country, it's really just staggering. How do you process those numbers as someone so active in this space?
Well, actually, Michael, I get kind of very happy to hear that these numbers are coming out in the public, because the fact of the matter is children have always faced sexual abuse for centuries, and it's not a new problem. Sexual violence has been the scourge of our society since the beginning. So to hear more numbers actually means that people are finding their voices.
And sometimes higher numbers also mean higher incidents of things being reported, right? And we know these numbers only begin to scratch the surface of the true number of cases that are out there, right? Because so much goes unreported. I know your group does such important work, especially in the sort of education part of this, right? In letting people know about the resources, but also really practical information to help them in their everyday lives in spotting some of this abuse. What are some of the sort of talking points that you share with people as you're discussing this with them?
Well, first of all, if you are in the situation where your child comes to you and said that they have been abused, as our 15-year-old did when she was a freshman in high school, do not brush it off or do not question the child. What you need to do is tell them that you're there to hear them, to listen to them, to believe what they want, what they're going to tell you about what they've experienced, and never ever put blame on someone when they tell you they've experienced sexual assault or sexual abuse. It's a very tough thing to hear as a parent, and it conjures all kinds of emotions for us, but it is never a survivor's fault that they are assaulted. Our daughter was only 15 years old, and she was at a high school, a boarding school, and she was the victim of a game of senior salute where the students targeted each other for sexual conquest. And it was the last thing we expected. We thought maybe our child in college might experience something like this, but never a child in high school. And then we found out that 1 in 4 girls, 1 in 6 boys will experience some sort of sexual harassment before they graduate high school. And 81% of all students in high school will experience some sort of harassment. So the numbers are staggering, and we have to wake up and pay attention to this. So we go into schools. In fact, my husband could not be here with us today because he's on his way to a school in New York, Southern New York, to talk to a boys' school tomorrow. And we are so excited. The idea came from a girls' school, actually. And they said, "Are you talking to our brother schools?" And we said, "Not yet." And that opened the door for us to talk to boys and tell them what it's like for someone to be sexually harassed, and also recognizing that they are victims as well.
Yeah, so important. Susan Prout, co-founder of the I Have a Right To organization. Thank you for sharing your time with us this evening, and we'll have much more on this tonight at 6. Susan, thank you.
Thank you, Michael.
All right, thanks for being with us, everybody. 7 News at 6 is up right after this.